Hey, and welcome to an all-new RJ with the KOS live on Instagram, honey. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. We're talking the Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 8, honey, that just dropped tonight, honey. We're going to get into it because I have a lot of thoughts about this episode because there was a lot of bullshit tonight on this episode. So we're going to get right into it. So the first part of the episode, we see Kandi and Kandi meet up with Sheree and Marlo at the sauna place to catch up and to talk about, basically they were confronting Kandi, but not Kandi knowing she was going to be confronted at this sauna place about her being a bad friend. And Sheree, addressed her issues with Kandi, saying that, Kandi, why didn't you call me when, I was going through this stuff with Tyrone and, you hadn't been there for me. And I was like, Sheree, girl, like, so you mad because Kandi didn't call to hear you cry about a felon that you been fucking? Like, girl, there's more things that are important in Kandi's life than hearing you talk about a felon that you've been fucking for the last couple of months because he's been out of prison only barely a motherfucking year. Like, girl, stop. And I feel like the only reason that Sheree is pressing this issue is because of Marlo, because Marlo has an issue with Kandi, so she's using Sheree to help press the issue with the friendship issue with Kandi, because Sheree really probably wouldn't make it a bigger deal as it is, as she's making it, if it wasn't for Marlo's influence. Yeah, Sheree is a woman who's over 50, so you would think she'd have a mind of her own and not be so easily influenced by the demonic spawn that is Marlo Hampton, but unfortunately, Sheree is trying to stay on the show as well, so she's doing anything by all means necessary to stay on the show, honey. That means, pushing an issue about a friendship issue with Kandi that she really could have had off camera or had a one-on-one talk with Kandi about and settled it, because, in all honesty, it's not that serious of an issue. But anyway, Marlo and Kandi end up getting into it. Really heated discussion back and forth in the sauna because Marlo inserted herself in the conversation with Sheree and basically called Kandi a bad friend herself, and Kandi had to heated back and forth, and basically Kandi started crying like she always do, and I'm so tired of Kandi crying every time she gets into these confrontations. I can't do the tears, girl. We don't watch you cry for 13 damn seasons, girl, and you still crying. Like, bitch, at some point, you gotta suck that shit up. Baby, you over 40. Baby, you gotta suck that shit up and be able to express your anger, express your emotions without crying. Because crying takes the effect out of your point you want to make or what you're trying to really express, because you're crying, honey. So that whole sauna scene was a mess, child. So anyway, the next scene is Sonya cooking dinner for her husband with the semi-assistance of her mother. And there was a cute little scene to her with her, cooking that fish, honey, that she, almost burnt. And then she, air fried some fries for her son. So she made dinner for her husband so they can talk. And basically she wants to let her husband know she's not with him as a baby. For whatever reason, honey, I don't know what it is. Hopefully we'll find out why this woman is like so against getting pregnant. Because she keeps saying, I don't want our marriage to have a strain on it if I get pregnant again. But I'm like, girl, what happened that was so bad during your first pregnancy with Deuce that you are so traumatized by it that you are unwilling to give this man another child, because he's only asking you for something that he should receive from you. So I don't understand that, y'all. I don't understand why like she is having such a problem with giving this man a child. He's not asking for much. Not much at all. He's not asking for much at all. He really isn't. At all, y'all. So I don't understand why, Sonya is, refusing to give this man what he wants. But, the dinner was cute, I guess, if you say, if I'm being honest. It was a nice little dinner. I mean, she had her little gold dress on, doing her thing. It was a cute little, dinner. But moving on from that scene with with Sonya and her husband, we go from that scene to, trying to stay in order of the episode because I want to get out of place. Marlo in the archive moment where she had her nephews cleaning the thrift store. Honey, I gagged. I was like, no, this bitch don't got her nephews cleaning up the fucking thrift store. Child. And then her oldest nephew said, was like, why should I be cleaning? You sitting down not doing anything, and I felt him because I would have been like that too. Shit, like, if you don't get your old ass up and help me clean this damn thrift store, like, girl, stop. Child, that scene was funny because, like, girl, really? Child. So anyway, moving along from a thing that really pissed me off. Kandi and Kenya's meetup with Miss Monyetta. I thought it was gonna be a nice little thing, but things went left because they brought up the whole what happened was they were talking about Monyetta's wedding that Kandi was late to. Kandi's late to every damn thing at this point. Like, I'm like, damn, Kandi, what are you on time for? I mean, because, shit, she said Kandi got there literally as Monyetta was walking down the aisle. Like, Kandi was late as fuck to this damn wedding. So, child, Kandi brought up and asked Monyetta, did she like the bedroom candy stuff she had? So, it sparked a conversation about the panties because Kenya was like, speaking of that, we had our issue about the whole panties in New York because Kenya was uncomfortable and she expressed that she felt that like her giving her those panties, her sending her cousin and his fiance dressed up as dominatrix and pasties over her titties and shit wasn't appropriate because Kenya has a child at home, one. And as Kenya didn't want to be wearing some vibrating panties that the other husbands could control. And Kandi just turned it into an argument. And I was like, Kandi, like, bitch, like, the energy you giving Kenya over these damn panties, you should have been giving that energy to Marlo when Marlo was cussing you out. Because let's be real, Marlo was cussing Kandi ass out and doing their exchange and really going hard. And Kandi just started crying. Like I said earlier, Kandi just went into this crying thing. So I'm just like, well, Kandi, girl, you should have the same energy, with Marlo that you're giving Kenya about these panties, that you're wrong. Because you know that you're wrong. What Kenya's saying is not trying to hurt, Ken's not coming from a place of trying to hurt your feelings or trying to belittle you or trying to make you look bad. She's coming to you as a friend and saying, hey, I didn't agree with that. Hey, I felt uncomfortable and to me it was inappropriate. But what the bitch I don't want to call Kandi a bitch, but what the bitch did was, then she made a shady comment in her confessionals. She keeps trying to imply that Kenya was out here hoeing around or sexually just expressive. Like, no, man, like, we're not gonna do that. And she keeps doing that, and I don't like it. And Kenya, that's her friend. Kenya doesn't want to have drama with us, so Kenya really not going in because had there been Marlo saying the shit, she would have went in. She's really, not responding to the stuff she's saying back because that's foul. Like, Kandi with these digs in her confessionals trying to imply that Kenya's out here popping her pussy all over Atlanta or LA. Like, girl, stop. Like, none of that is true. And for you to get that offended that you would go in your confessionals and talk shit, girl, but you wouldn't say shit to Kenya's face. That's the crazy part about it, because all the shit she been saying, that dumb shit, she ain't never said to Kenya's face. Because she know what time it is. Because Kenya would drag her ass. So she know the same place to talk that shit is in a damn confessional. She know that. But anyway, moving along from that whole scene, because they hugged it out in that scene and, moved forward after their whole spat. We get to my girl Drew's Drop It with Drew's event. And all the girls came. Kenya was late. But all the girls came to work out and, see what Drop It was all about. It was really nice. I thought the event was cute. I thought that the girls came and supported her and, yeah. So, but the shade started early because Marlo walked right past Candy before they started actually working out. When the girls were like talking, walked right past Candy and didn't speak. And Candy was like, well, Marlo didn't speak to me. I'm like, but Candy girl, do you give a fuck? Why do you care? Because if you don't like her, you wouldn't care if she spoke to you or not. Like, that's what I don't understand with Candy, because Candy still expects these bitches to be her friend that she don't like. It's really weird, because if that been Kenya wouldn't give a fuck if Marlo spoke to her or not. She would have not spoke to her either. Like, it's that simple. Like, it was just like, but child, it was funny because Marlo did ignore her, and then Marlo came back 30 seconds later to try to talk to Candy and said, "Oh, I didn't ignore you." And I'm like, "Girl, you literally walked past Candy as if you didn't see her, child." So anyway, as the Drop With You event started, and then it took a break, Kenya finally arrived, and that's when things really went left, because Monyetta. Because, first of all, before we get to that, Candy had to leave because her house got broken into, child. So, when Candy left, Monyetta decided to bring up, because a conversation was getting started with them saying, with Drew and them bringing up, what was said about her talking shit about Candy to the group and trying to turn the group against Candy, and lead this campaign against Candy, and it stopped because Candy had to end up leaving, and everybody went outside to see what was going on with Candy, and Candy had to go, like I said, because house got robbed. I mean, she could have stayed, and Ty could have went home. She didn't have to go, but there's here nor there. And so when they got back in, Monyetta decided to revisit said conversation once Kenya arrived, and things got really, really messy and really, really like heated, because Marlo found out through Kenya that Kenya was the one that told Candy that Marlo was leading the campaign against her, which Marlo was, because Marlo was going around talking shit about Candy. So what Kenya said was not a lie. So Marlo got mad, and they went at it word for word. They had a battle of words, and Marlo does what she does. She goes and she tries to hit low and below the belt. She brought up Mark, Kenya's marriage, saying that, that's why Mark didn't want her. This, and that. And I was just like, Marlo, like, you keep hitting below the belt. Like, you keep going there to places that you don't want nobody to go there with you. Because there are things that Kenya could say about you that she knows. Kenya could throw in your face that your own mother didn't want you, that she left you on somebody's doorstep, and that's how you end up in the foster home. She could say that. She could say that's why, you got your nephews in your home for a check and for a storyline. You really don't give a damn about them. Now, she could say that and throw it in your face. But Kenya does not do that. But you keep hitting below the belt, and you keep going there. Like, if y'all have watched this show like I have, Kenya really never goes below the belt when it comes to Marlo. Like, she doesn't go that low. Like, the lowest thing she's ever called Marlo was a hoe. Other than that, she's not really went low like that. And she could have, because Marlo does it all the time. And baby, when I tell you Detroit was ready to come back out of Kenya, because Marlo was getting in her face, she told that bitch to bag up. Baby, I was like, see, one thing about Kenya, y'all think that Kenya don't know how to fight. Kenya can defend herself. Kenya is not the same Kenya that y'all saw in season 6. Kenya has evolved. She's a mother now, and she's been through a lot with Mark. So she don't take no shit. Her patience is this thin. So yeah, Marlo was finna get her ass dragged across that motherfucking floor with that plane, because she thought she was really doing something, and she thought she was cute, but what she was doing was she was getting her ass ready to get fucked up, because Kenya is not the same Kenya that Marlo's used to. Kenya's a whole different type of woman now. Child, I was just like, Marlo, girl, the only thing you know how to do is cut bitches in the face. And unless you got a knife on you in this Drop With You event, other than that, you ain't got no hands. So yeah, you got your ass beat. Cause y'all, like I said, a lot of y'all think that Kenya can't fight because Kenya didn't physically engage with Portia when they had their whole spat back in season 6. But Kenya, at that time, Kenya was not that girl. She was not going to be fighting and this and that. But now, present day Kenya knows and is aware of this show, and so she has to defend herself against a maniac. She would. because she's a mother now and she's went through a lot. So yeah, Marlo tried it. Marlo really was pushing buttons and really was trying to really get Kenya off of her square. And thankfully she did not succeed because Kenya didn't take it to the ratchet level and drag it home. Because, you know, I would have. Because what you're not going to do is get in my motherfucking face. Bitch, back the fuck up. Because I would start swinging. So anyway, Kenya left the event. And Drew and Sonya had a quote-unquote come to Jesus moment. And it was very fake on Sonya's part, because Sonya is so fucking fake and phony and flip-floppy. Now you want to be Drew's friend again? Girl, stop. That's all I got to say about that. Girl, stop. You full of shit. Full of shit, child. Full of shit. And, yeah, the episode ends with that. I think it ended with that, child. Sonya's full of shit and baloney. Baloney and bullshit. Sonya is full of baloney and bullshit. This episode was something else, y'all. And this gets even juicier next week when we see Fortune Alfred make another appearance on the show. But yeah, I just, you know, I'm tired of, you know, Marlo attacking Kenya and Candy every week. Like, it's like at this point got redundant. Hey Boo has gotten redundant because she keeps them are her target, so she keeps doing that. So I don't like it, and this is gonna be the continuation of the season where she's gonna keep going at it with these two. It's like girl, and like I said, I need Candy to let the sexo go. Understand that everybody ain't all about sex, because clearly you're not, because you told us, 2 or 3 weeks ago, you weren't even fucking tired. So as sexual as she tries to be and put out for other people, Ken's not that sexual. So I just found it even weird that she would even be trying to force these women to do things she, you know, is not doing herself. And like I said, I just need Candy to, you know, calm down, because she's doing too much. Because, you know, she should be able to understand where King was coming from and not take it personal, you know? Yeah, other than that, you know, this episode was, like I said, a really, really, really messy and shady episode. Miss Pink Plastic Event said, the sad part is that King was really trying. King even allowed Marla around Brooklyn. Exactly. Like, she really did try. She really tried to welcome this woman into her home, really be her friend, to really, you know, connect with this hoe. And this is what she gets in return. The bitch turn around and throw in her face some of the most hurtful things that King has been through. Yet again. Kenya, Summer Moore, I want you to hear me. Fuck that bitch. Don't ever be her friend again. Tell her she can kiss your ass and pay her dust, because you done gave her too many chances, boo. Too many chances. Jodie Foster said Candy is hella extra. Very extra. She did the most, because she knew Kenya was not coming from a bad place. But you know Candy, child. Like I said earlier, Candy should have had that same energy with Marlo in that damn sauna. But she didn't. All she did was cry like a little ass girl. Just cry. But she had all this energy and was really ready to get in Kenya's face and fight Kenya about some panties that vibrated that she knew was inappropriate. Girl, stop. Because then, I forgot. I think, going back to that, she brought up something that was like, oh, I didn't get mad when you said at Cynthia's wedding party that you would have a threesome with me and the 2 other wives on the show. And I was like, girl, she said it, but you didn't get mad about it. Because when Kenya said it, you laughed. So if you were offended by it then, you would have said it. You bring it up now because you're mad because Kenya is bringing something to you that's valid, that's factual, that you giving her vibrating panties. And she's a single woman, and you knew that the spouses of these women that she's friends with could control her panties as well as the other single women's panties was inappropriate. And instead of you acknowledging that, and acknowledging Kenya's feelings and saying, as my friend, I understand, I shouldn't have done that, I thought I was being funny, and let it go, she wanted to argue and wanted to have this back and forth over something that she knew she was wrong about. But I feel like Candy was embarrassed, probably, that she was put on blast. And maybe she didn't, want to be called out publicly. But, bitch, you on the show. So, it is what it is. Jodie Foster says, I don't like Candy's wig this season, child. Look, Jodie, you've been watching Candy on the show for, 13 years? Her wigs have never hit. Her wigs probably will never hit. Candy is a hit and miss type of girl. Sometimes she can get a cute wig. Sometimes she can't. Usually her wigs are always standard. The basic, normal, it doesn't, regular everyday girl type of wigs. Like, her wigs are not like $1,000 wigs. Because if they are $1,000 wigs, they're very, what's the beauty supply? Very beauty supply style type of wigs. Hey, Winter, how are you doing, boo? Jodie Foster, okay, I saw that one. Jodie Foster says, what do you think of Sonya? I think her beef with Drew is stale. I think Sonya is definitely thirsty and definitely reaching and definitely wants a moment because she knows what she's giving is not enough. And Drew would be an easier target because she knows Drew. And so she knows that, a lot of the girls are not really feeling Drew. So she's hopping on a bandwagon, which is the Marlo, Sheree, dumbass bandwagon, thinking that that's going to help her stay on the show. And so, yeah, she's, is looking for a moment. And she wants to have some type of big blowout so she can show the producers, show Andy that she is worthy of the peach they gave her. So, yeah, I definitely think Sonya is thirsty, honey. Sonya is thirsty. And yes, her beef is stale, girl. Stale. Miss Pink Passions event says, they fail to remember that attacked Kenya for being friendly with Lady's husband. Exactly, that's my point. And I said that before, that Candy knows what happened, what Kenya went through. For 3 years, Kenya was called a hoe. For 3 years, because she was accused of sleeping with Phaedra's ex-husband, Apollo. So she has trauma from that. So when you put her in a situation, your friend, that could possibly put her back in a space where she will be accused of being a hoe, why would you not think that she would be apprehensive and against doing that? I just don't understand what Candy was thinking and why Candy didn't think about it when she decided to be funny and thought she was cute, that my friend Kenya had a traumatic experience where she was attacked, her character, for 3 years and had to wait till the man told the truth to clear the shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to put Kenya in a situation like that again? Jerry Foster said, you just shaded her straight to the burn. You know, Grace and Moya. Look, honey, all shade, honey. Jodie Foster said, exactly. It's like the crystal thing on Beverly Hills. Yes, honey. It's child. Very stale, very boring, honey. Very boring. Very boring, child. Yeah, this episode was something else. Like I said, this season has been a good season, and these episodes are getting better and better. And tonight's episode was a lot. It was a lot jam packed into an episode. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season and next week's episode because it's getting worse and worse each and every week, honey. I mean, the drama gets worse. And as I said earlier, for y'all who coming in, Platoon Alfred makes another appearance to yet again attack Drew. So, child, Jodie Foster says, what do you think of the Ralph Peeping rumors? I don't think of them at all because they're not true. Ralph loves Drew. Ralph adores Drew. That's his queen. He's never cheated on her. He's never done anything inappropriate with any other woman outside of Drew. So, yeah. I think those rumors are made up to, attack his character, to destroy a man, to, create this narrative that's non-existent. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, these rumors are bullshit and, are contrived, to, like I said, just to come at a man and hurt him and hurt his family. So, yeah. Yeah, But, child, these Real Housewives of Atlanta, honey, these peaches, they bringing it. They bringing the fire. They bringing the fire. Jodie Foster says, I think Shamar should come back. No. Shamar's one season, was one season. Because you got to remember, Shamari replaced Kenya when Kenya didn't come back. She was Kenya's replacement. Baby girl was not ready for that. Those shoes are shoes that can never be filled. So, no. No, Shamari can stay at home with Ronnie and raise them kids, honey. Because, Jodie Foster says, I think they should have given her at least another season to try to prove herself, or at least a friend of role. I guess a friend of, but I wouldn't give her a peach because Marlo wore her out. Marlo wore her out. So yeah, and then at that reunion, she didn't. Those reunions matter. Because if y'all remember, Andy said that Portia almost got fired after her first reunion because she didn't bring it enough. So, yeah, and so Shamar didn't bring it enough. That reunion was bad for her because Marlo ate her up at the reunion. Like, she literally, and she sat there pretty much 90% of the reunion not saying nothing. And that's not a good thing either. Because you have to be interacting with the girls. Because if you're not, you're just going to be there and stale. I mean, Shamar during the season, Shamar had maybe one or two good moments, but one or two good moments is not good. It's not going to keep you on the show. You have to keep stirring up shit. Like what Sonya's doing. You have to keep yourself in the mix of all the mess. Because what Shamar did was go stale and then she fell into the background. That's not how you stay on these shows. It just isn't. And she was on the show with Nene Leakes at the time. So you want to show with somebody that sucks up the air in the room. So you can't be on that show being stale against that type of person. You have to really be able to, stay afloat and stay in the lights, honey. So, yeah. But yeah, y'all, the Real Housewives of Atlanta airs on Sundays at 7 Central on Bravo. And we're going to keep tuning in and watching the drama unfold. Until next time, I'm going with the win fabulous, honey. And drop it with Drew. Go check her website out, honey, and sign up.